Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo, and welcome to my scrapbook table where I am taking part in the Iron Crafter Challenge that you can see more about at the Peace Craft Love Facebook group. So Tara's challenge for July was to use brads or eyelets or buttons. So I have 3 photos. I have this camera I got from a swap. Most of the supplies I'm using, other than some black cardstock, are from Illustrated Faith. 2 of those papers I got at a yard sale, and then these I've had in my stash. My daughter gave me some of them, and I found some at Hobby Lobby quite a while ago. This is a Hero Arts stencil, and I am using Mermaid Lagoon ink on it. I wanted to see what that would look like on the black cardstock, and I end up really liking how it turned out. It shows up so nicely against the black. I think stencils are so fun because I just love the moment when you lift up the stencil and see what's left behind. I didn't use my pixie spray or anything. I just taped the edges so that I didn't get ink where I didn't want it past the edge. And what I ended up doing with this, it wouldn't have really mattered, but I just got lots and lots of ink on there, and I will show you what this half looks like. Then I turned the camera off while I went ahead and finished it. I'm sorry my voice is a little funny. I'm coming down with a cold. My husband's been sick with one for a few days, and now I guess it's going to be my turn. Thankfully, it doesn't seem to be a very, very bad cold, mostly just an annoyance. So I have this strip of stickers and a colorful border, and I'm using this black and white border also. And all along I was thinking I was going to have my border along the left-hand side there. But as I looked at it more, I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to put this border at the top. And I really like, there we go. I like how that turned out. And I'm not sure why it looks crooked on the screen because it's straight. So I cut these 2 other strips from that same paper. It's got green polka dots on the back. And at first I thought I might like trim out the banner, but that was too much cutting for me. This pink is in the ticket strip above. But then this is a 6x8 paper pad from the same company, using the same colors, and it's a little bit of a bolder pink, and I decided I wanted that instead. I'm using this Creative Memories border punch. I love their punches. They have such intricate designs and very unique. I really like them. So I'm gonna just overlap these to get the length that I want. And you'll notice in a minute, or you might not notice, but I had a photo that was a little bigger of the one on the far right, but I ended up printing a 3x4 because the 4x6 trim down was just too big to put where I wanted. So this way they all look a little bit more uniform. And they are going to sit on that little shelf. I'm looking at the sticker page and thinking about what can I use on here. Is there anything I can use for a title? And I chose this sticker that says Jesus loves me, and as I tell you about the pictures in a minute, that will make sense of why I chose that. So I end up using some dimensionals from Stampin' Up! To pop that up, which takes me a little bit of time. So I cut some of that out. But the 3 pictures are of my... oh, let me tell you what I was going to do here. I was going to add some paint, white paint to the edges. I used to do this once in a while, and it's been a long, long time. And I didn't have my white acrylic paint out, so I just grabbed this white texture paste, I guess. And I use a little sponge applicator and put it all around the edges. And then I let those sit overnight to dry because I was tired and it was time to go to bed anyway. And I like the white border that gives. It's just something different. So these photos were taken at their church, their new church, where they've moved to. And on Sunday evenings before their service, they dedicate about, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes to kids. I would guess 10 and under or so. And they use a program called Kids Sing, I believe. And they sing songs to help them memorize important things from the Bible that could be helpful to them. So like the books of the Bible, the order that they're in, the 7 days of creation. They even learn like the names of the leaders of their congregation there, so that the kids know the people, some of the adults, other than just their, you know, their parents and their friends' parents and their Bible class teachers, which I thought was really, really good. They also learn all the contents of the chapters of the book of Acts, which that's quite a bit of memorization. So it was fun to watch. And then once they do their memorization, they either recite it to one of the elders there, or their parents can listen for them and film it and show that to the elder. There are lots of ways kids can do it if they're not comfortable. So, and when they do, they get a button with a design that shows what they have recited. And I took these that night because they all got a button, and we're pretty excited about that because this is something new to them. I decided I wanted a little bit of that gorgeous blue down in the bottom, and it ends up that not much of it shows up, but I'm still glad I did it. I think it does add a little bit and brings that through the layout. This ends up being pretty much a diagonal design, and so I just did it in this one bottom corner. The camera that I'm going to put down there in that corner, I got in a mini swap from Ginger's Corner. If you haven't checked out her Facebook group, I would strongly urge you to do that. It's a wonderful group of scrapbookers. They are so friendly, so welcoming. It's just a great group of people. So now I'm going to do some journaling. And basically, it's what I told you about the pictures and the program they use and that sort of thing. It took me a while to get it right, so I cut that out, or I just turned the camera off until I got it the way I wanted. And I left a rectangle there for this camera to go on. The camera was from Cheryl at Ginger's Corner, and so I was happy to get to use that. I just got these swap items in the mail a few days ago, so it was fun to get one used up already. Now I get my date stamp out, and I kind of have to use it in 2 steps because there isn't enough, the camera isn't wide enough to put the whole date on at once. So I did the month first and then the date and year below it. So that's February 11th, 2024. Soon you'll see that I start using some stickers. And I do have Brad sitting there to the left. And I'm thinking about where I'm going to put them. These are really old Stampin' Up! Brads. I have no idea how old they are. But here's the stickers I chose. And I did end up changing this. I ended up putting the church building up toward the top. I think I might put the books down there, but they end up on the far left. I don't know. Sometimes I find the embellishing part of a layout to be really challenging. That's the most difficult part of scrapbooking for me. I can journal till the cows come home. I can make backgrounds. I like to arrange borders in my photos and things. But I really struggle with embellishing. I've been trying to use up these 2 little sequin pouches for quite a while. I had 3 and I did use one, but I decided they just weren't right for here, and I'm probably going to put them in my giveaway box. I'm headed to a crop in a couple of weeks, and I'll take a few things to put on the giveaway table. I gave away a lot last fall, so I My stash to give away isn't very big, but I do have a small basket of things that I will take. And hopefully somebody else can give them a good home. So I used I Love the Bible. I put that down. Jesus Loves Me makes sense because that's one of the first songs that children in church learn, or even at home. And so I thought that was the good title. I used a cross, the church building. I use also, you'll see in a moment, a little watering can with some flowers just because it fit the space that I needed to fill. This little thing is from my color bins. It says smile and it works nicely, and you can't see it, but all of them have a huge smile on their face, and so that's why I wanted to get that on there. There we go. Now I'm going to add the last few brads. I should have got my hole punch out, but I didn't. I just used my scissors and forced them through the paper, and it worked just fine. And I only partially stabbed myself once, so that was good. I'm happy with how this turned out. We are just about to the end. I had a little bit of white down there, so I ended up using this eraser and a black marker to cover it up. There are still shots coming up shortly. I will have a link below to the Peacecraft Love group so that you could see more about the Iron Crafter Challenge, and there will be a playlist there as well. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really happy you were here. Have a great day, and I hope you get to craft soon. Bye.